Okay, so we've got Patrick O'Mara back with us. I'm so excited. And of course, you're with the Associated Landscape Contractors of Colorado.
Yes.
Always a mouthful, but very important information. And I just told you I do not have a green thumb. So let's start with over here. What would you first want to tell our viewers?
Well, we talk about putting the garden to bed for the year, and that is yes and no, because there are a lot of different things we can do. One of the biggest things, first and foremost, as we continue into fall, is we water. We've got to get out there and make sure that we're getting our plants and shrubs and trees the water that they need. We want to maintain soil moisture. And right now, if you still have leaves on your trees and shrubs, they're still actively using that water. So we want to make sure to be taking care of them.
What if I'm overwatering? I feel like I might
Don't overwater. That's worse than underwatering.
See, I try too hard
Yeah.
in all areas of life.
Yeah. So if you have things like evergreen trees like spruce and pine and fir, things like that, those needles are actually leaves. So we definitely need to be continuing to water those throughout the fall and certainly into the winter.
Interesting. I had no idea that needles are leaves, but I guess that all makes sense.
Yep.
What about fertilization? Do you still fertilize?
So past just doing the water, we really like the idea of getting some fall fertilizer down. And it's a great time to prune. Last time we talked about pruning trees, trying to get them in shape before those early winter snows and late spring snows hit and really do some damage. So we do that. And then certainly this time of year is a great time for certain shrubs.
That scares me.
It should. These are dangerous.
Are you going to turn it on?
But this is fine to use for certain shrubs. If you've got hydrangea, if you've got butterfly bush, euonymus, I pruned these recently, then you can use something like this. But if you are going to do something like lilac or maybe dogwood.
I use those?
Yes, you should use these instead, because you're going to cut off all the blossoms for next year's flowers, for next year's plant, and you don't want to do that. So you would go in with hand pruners and more selectively prune.
And where do you prune to?
Oh, that's a whole science. That's a whole nother season.
Can we please have a whole segment of that?
In the right place.
Okay, we have to do a segment on that.
Yep.
Okay, so you have 90 seconds. We have some time. Walk me through what else you have over here.
So a lot of people are thinking about putting the garden to bed. I'm thinking about making it come alive.
Ooh.
Things like this. It's time to plant your tulips.
It is.
Now.
I want tulips. So now's the time.
Now's the time to plant them. Follow the instructions. Get them at the right depth. They're great. These are fall pansies, and I love fall pansies because they give that extra little pop of color. If you look around, all the color's kind of leaving. It's getting a little bit brown. This is that great pop of color, and they're hardy, so that if we get some freezes, these will make it through, whereas other plants die. Something like this. I love ornamental grasses. That little quiver of arrows with these seed heads is really neat.
And she's tough, I feel like. I feel like I can't kill her.
This is look at that. It's the tiny little bunny fountain grass.
Oh, little bunny fountain.
And then things like trees. Get those trees in the ground. It is a great time. What's nice, we have a blue spruce. We got this is the linden. If you get these in the ground now, then you get to enjoy them for the rest of this season, and then they go dormant, but then next season, they're already in the ground. They're ready to go. So do that.
Now is the time, yes.
Now is the time to do that, and always remember your mulch. Get good 3 inches.
3 inches.
It maintains the moisture levels, it mitigates the temperature extremes, and it looks great.
I had no idea that it did all that. I just thought it looked pretty.
Yeah.
Good to know. See, doesn't Patrick know it all? Thank you so much, Patrick.